Olá, bom dia. Hello. Hello everyone, how are you? Hello everyone, welcome. Let me just say hello in Portuguese. Olá.
Olá! Olá a todos!
Bem-vindos a este nosso primeiro live. Welcome to our first live here on IGTV. Well, the live will be actually in English because, of course, we are going to deal with lots of different nationalities during the next few weeks with different guests from all over the world. So in order for everyone to understand, because I know that the Portuguese will understand English very well, right? We are good at languages. So in order for everybody to understand and everybody can join, we are going to make this lives in English. So I hope you will stay there and ask us some questions, and of course cooperate with us if you have anything that you would like to know. Katia, do you want to say something?
Hello everybody! I want to say that this is also a way of saying thank you to everybody that has been following us, and we really feel that it is a community, and especially when everybody participates on the quiz, the questions that we put on stories, a lot of your imagination, Anna. And I think, well, that I speak for me. This is really a moment that I'm start missing a lot to travel, to be abroad. I think it's, although it has been 1 year almost, but it is the first time that I really feel like I need to feel that I'm in a different place, a different language, a different culture. And I feel that these talks that we will have Sundays at 5 tea time, to have this feeling of now I'm with someone that will tell me something new and that is far away. So I hope everybody enjoys. And as Anna was saying, please put your questions or say hi, something. Let us know that you are there. And you wanna have fun with our first guest. Have a nice
Let's hope so. Well, I'm going to invite Katia. I'm going to say goodbye to you because today it's me hosting. Katia will host the next live. And right now, I'm also going to invite another person of our community. That is Carla.
Hi, Sandra.
So hello, everybody. Let's just let our other colleague Carla say hi before we speak to her. Hello, Carla. Hello from Sicily.
Oh, nice to see you.
Yes. We've been quarantining, so we haven't seen each other for a while too,
Yes,
right?
yes, and I'm missing everybody very, very much.
Are you ready for this travel to Algeria?
Yes, my heart is beating so fast. I'm really excited, and I really hope that you stay on the other side and listening to us and to our guests, because I am sure that it will be very interesting.
Yes, yes. So Carla will also be hosting another live in a couple of weeks with another guest. But for now, I think we should go to speak with 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗀, that's his name, is from Algeria, but I'm going to call it could call him Abdo, because it's normally like that we call each other, okay? So Carla, stay with us and have fun, and all of you too. Bye.
Adeus, Chatinha. Beijinho.
Well, let's wait. Abdo is
Hello,
over
Anna,
here.
how are you? Finally.
Abdo. Well, such a nice scenery behind you. World license.
Oh yes, this is our logo. As you can see. Yeah.
Yes. How are you, Abdo?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm fine too. Well, we have some guests here. I hope all the community of World Licensed Tour Guide is also with us.
Yes, I can see that there are already some guests here.
Yes. Well, of course, as I told you at the beginning, for all the Portuguese folks, I know that you all speak for English, so you will understand this live. But leave your questions down here. If it is in Portuguese or in English, that's okay. Me and Abdo, we are going to try to answer you. Olá, João. Hello, thank you. Yes, I hope to see you too soon as a guest in one of my tours. Well, Abdo, tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from?
Well, first, before I answer this, I want to thank you, Anna, and all your colleagues for this beautiful initiative. Yeah, that's very beautiful, a very beautiful idea. I really liked it, and I hope that our followers, our audience, like it as well. So, my name is 𝗶𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀. I am 25 years old. I am a tour guide in Algeria, in English, in French, in Arabic as well. And I am one of the founders of World Licensed Tour Guide.
Don't be modest. You are the founder of World Licensed Tour Guide.
No, I cannot say that I am the founder. I am one of the founders. So basically, I'm the first one who had the idea, but I couldn't do anything without the help of other people.
Yes, and how did that idea come from? When did you start thinking about creating this community?
Yes, actually, it all started in July of the last year, when I was on my phone scrolling, searching on the internet, and I've noticed that there's no page, no anything on the internet that promotes only licensed tour guides.
Yes.
So I found some pages on the internet that promotes tour guides in general, but no one was specifically for licensed tour guides. And another thing, from the first year of me as a tour guide, since I started, I always thought that tour guides are really kind of underrated. So yeah. I wish there was some pages that promotes them, that advertise them, shows them, talk about them. So I wish that existed. So because I couldn't find something similar, so I said to myself, why not creating one? So that's how it started. And I started sharing this idea with some other colleagues from all over the world. I remember that the first ones were from Italy, etc. So I just told them about what I'm thinking. I shared the idea with them, and they liked it, and they said that it's an excellent idea. And here we are.
Yes, and it is an excellent idea. It is an excellent idea because, yeah, there are lots of different pages promoting tours around the world and walking tours, but the thing is that the majority of those pages, they are not licensed tour guides, right? So you created one with official tour guides, and to belong to this community, you need to show your badge, right? Or at least a certification.
Of course, yes. So as our name is licensed tour guides, World Licensed Tour Guides, so we have to make sure that everyone join us has to be licensed. So we first check the license, and we make sure that it's a real one, it's not a fake one. Then we accept him or accept her, and that's how we work.
Yeah. So let me just tell you something. For instance, here I have mine with me. This is my
Yes,
certificate.
I forgot to bring mine.
That's
too.
okay,
It's in
Abdo. But I just wanted to tell people, because I know that we were going to speak about this. So this is the official badge, and of course my number, as you can see over here. Well, I don't know if you see it, but my number is
Yeah, I can see it. Yes, I can
right
see
over
it.
here. So this is my official badge of tour guide, and this is what distinguishes us official tour guides from the other ones, because we have a specific course, right, at university. We also have some exams, and that happens not just here in Portugal, but in many other countries, at least in all the countries where world licensed tour guides
Yes,
we
in
have.
almost all countries. Yeah, of course, yes, that's true.
Well,
And that's another thing, because usually people don't know about us as tour guides. So usually people think that it's just a hobby, that we are doing a hobby. It's not a full-time job. So a lot of people, when I meet them and I say that I'm tour guides, they think, oh, what's that? Do you make your living from it? So I wanted to change this mentality, this idea about tour guides, that they're just people that like guiding, and they know a little bit about history and about their cities. It's not. So these people are very well educated.
yeah.
They worked very hard to obtain their certificates. So it's a real job. It must be appreciated. And tour guides are very important for the tourism. So just imagine tourism without certified tourist guides. So it will be a disaster. So no one will know if you are, as traveler, if you are receiving the correct information, if it's not just someone who doesn't know about that place at all. So tour guides are very important, actually.
They are basically hosts of their own country, right? So they not only lead tourists into the right street, but we also let them feel welcomed in another country, in another culture. We teach them a little bit about history, gastronomy, but so it is very important to be a licensed tour guide and to know what type of tour guide you are actually hiring when you're going abroad. Because as you do not go to a doctor without a license, right? You shouldn't be touring without someone who have never had the profession or the education of being. Yes, as Javier is saying, it is a profession. And as Carla is saying, we are ambassadors of our country, and people should be aware and more aware about it. And that's why I was so fascinated when you invited me to be one of the co-founders of World Licensed Tour Guides.
Yes, you are one of the co-founders. Yes, I forgot to mention this. So you were one of the first people who
and I was very
accepted my invitation and were excited about it. So I really appreciate it.
No, I was really pleased, because I found out that it is a very, very nice idea. And right now, the administrators of the page, it's you, and also, of course, Sasha from Barcelona, and also...
Now, so we are 3 people, yeah. So,
and also... whose birthday today. Happy birthday, Ana. Feliz cumple.
Yes, it's her birthday. Yes, it's her birthday today. I wish her a very good life and full of success and joy. So, as I said, it's me, the founder from Algeria, and Sasha from Belarus, actually, but she's working in Barcelona. And Ana from Italy. Basically, yes.
There she is.
But she works in Sevilla.
Yes. So, which is very good, because we have also not just the page of World Licensed Tour Guides in Instagram. We also have in Facebook. We also, yes, 𝗧𝗿𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃. We also have the Telegram group, where we have more than 200 people from around the world, and it's so great your experiences over there, right?
Yes, I like that group so much. You know, first we started with like 10 people, 10 members, and we started talking with each other, and it was amazing because, you know, as tour guides, we share the same interests. So we have the same problems and we have the same interests. and it's very good to talk to each other and to know how things are going on in their countries. That now, as you can see, we have almost 200 members with us at the moment from 60 countries, and we are covering around 140 cities so far. So, you know, you can see in that group how everyone is getting on with each other pretty well. They share pictures, they talk to each other. We are like a big family. You know? We are not only colleagues from different places, but we are actually a big family.
Yes, and we promote and support each other also, which is a very good thing that we stay united, right? So
yeah, I saw hello from Algeria. Hello.
From Algeria, yes. And we also have someone here before saying that they had no idea of the Telegram group, Javier from Ecuador. So we are going to put him the group afterwards.
We're going to add him, of course, but after we check his license.
Yes, of course. We always need to check the license. Right? So it's very good that you had this idea. But tell me one thing, not just to unite the tour guides and for us to support each other, right? What is the main purpose afterwards? It's that one of the things that people do not have idea is that we as official tour guides, we are actually liberal. So it's not so easy to contact us directly, right? And this platform of World Licensed Tour Guides opened a door. I believe that was one of your intentions, right? For guests from all over the world who work with Facebook or Instagram or even LinkedIn, because we now have LinkedIn too, right? So they can contact us directly without passing by agencies, right? That's one of the purposes.
Of course, yes, that's true. So what we wanted is just to make it easier for travelers to find licensed tour guides wherever they go. So for tour guides, we help them to promote their businesses, their services through our platform. And we, on the other hand, also we help travelers to find easily licensed tour guides. And that's why we are about to launch our website soon. So yes, that's the new thing. So besides our social media, Instagram and Facebook, etc., we are planning to have a platform for booking licensed tour guide, booking a tour with a licensed tour guide easily, and all our members will be registered there. Then it's our work to, it's our duty to advertise tour guides and to always spread awareness about choosing a licensed tour guide carefully. So when you are going to travel, so that's our mission, that's our duty. So that's it. We will do our best to let people know how important to do that and not to go with anyone to book
Saludos,
with anyone.
Yes.
Sorry. Jerry from Mexico, how are you?
Saludos from Mexico. Yes, and that part is also very important because in a way, as it is a platform that started with tour guides and the website, it's going to be made by the tour guides from that platform. It's like directly from the client to the customer. In this case, there are no travel agencies involved, and you are supporting us directly by booking through that platform of World Licensed Tour Guides. And it's going to be as easy as, I don't know, Get Your Guide or any other website. So,
yeah.
But you're dealing directly with us, with the guides. So I think it's going to be very nice. Do you have any date, any day, month where the website?
Let's keep it a surprise. Let's keep it surprise. It's gonna be soon, but let's keep it surprise.
Yes, because I know you're still working on that. But besides that, I know that you recently also launched the YouTube, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah, we launched our YouTube channel. It's not doing pretty well so far, but we are working.
You know why? Because in lots of countries, I believe, at least in Portugal, we are in confinement, in lockdown again. So we cannot go out. And filming from home, it's not the same thing as filming outside. So perhaps that's the reason why the YouTube is not really working so well at the moment. But
Yes, of course. But it will with time, of course. I'm sure about this because people will love this with school towns. But I want to mention something about websites.
Yes.
Specifically, because you know there are some other websites that promote tour guides. Like there are some famous ones, not to mention them, but all of them never put licensed tour guides and unlicensed. So they are mixed. You can't know if your guide is licensed or not. And I find this very bad because, you know, to put someone who studied hard and who is knowledgeable and is certified with someone who is, you know, it's his hobby, and you put them in the same website and promote them equally. I find it, you know, I don't like this at all. So our website will be the first one to promote only licensed tour guides. So we are so happy about this, and we are looking forward to launching.
Yeah, I really think you're doing a great job. You, of course, and the other administrators, because it's a very good thing to promote licensed tour guides, right? Yes, Edina, how are you from Scotland? Well, I would like to,
yes.
And Ali, hello. I would like to ask all of the people who is listening to us here on this live if you have any questions that you would like about to make about.
Maybe they have a question for me. They've never saw me before, so they haven't seen me. So usually they talk to me, they send to me a message, but this is the first time they see me.
Hola Laura, hola Maria. And
hello,
Laura. Привет. Yeah, so good to see everyone participating around here. And yes, it is true. It's very important to have this conscience and this awareness of licensed tour guides, because this is not a hobby what we do, it's a profession. And we are liberals, which means that if we do not work, we do not have money and we do not receive. But besides that, we also pay, of course. We also contribute to the society. It's it just as any other works. We do not work based on tips. We work based on salary, and we pay also our debt. So it's very, very important work that you're doing. I'm really proud of being part of this community, and I love it. And keep up with a great job. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, really good.
Well, anything else?
So,
yeah, tell me.
So basically, as I was telling you, that people are not aware of our job at all. That's what bothers me the most.
Yeah.
So they are not aware about us, and I wanted to change that. So now, as you can see, with our Instagram page, we try to make the best picture, the best image for the tour guide. So we ask our members to wear their badges and to take good pictures with good quality, just like vloggers and other people do. So we want to promote them in the best way possible. So now I'm doing what I wish there was that existed before. So before I started this project, I wished that some page on Instagram, for example, can promote me and can put my picture so people can know about me and can see what I'm doing and what I love to do the most.
And yes, that's what you're doing, right? Yeah. And yes, as Alfredo and also guide in Sicily, yeah, it's not a hobby. And Carla also asked a very nice question, Abdo. Tell me, how is it to become an official tour guide in Algeria? What do you need to do?
So, so in Algeria, there is one way, only one way. So you have to study at the university for 3 years, minimum 3 years, to get your license. Otherwise, you cannot do that. But as it's almost in every other country, unofficial tour guides are everywhere. Tour agencies, travel agencies hire people without checking their license. So that's really embarrassing. That's frustrating, actually. Yeah. But in order to obtain your certificate, you have to study at the university. You study hard, and there's no way, no other way to do that.
Yeah.
What about you in Portugal?
Yes, it's the same thing here in Portugal. You take a tourism degree, tourism information or tourism management at the university, minimum 3 years. And I know that we have a lot of people here and in our life from the school where I studied. Yes, so taking the same course, tourism information, and afterwards. Nowadays, there is no longer a university exam, so I took that exam. It was called actually finalissima, but nowadays it does not exist anymore. But nevertheless, we have the syndicate and we have associations that make a specific exam, which everybody that wants to become a national tour guide, an official one, of course, should do that exam, and it's encouraged to do so. In order to obtain, of course, this little one, this precious, like Lord of the Rings,
Precious, yes,
this precious over here, it's what distinguishes us mainly from the others, and that's a very important thing. And well, do you guide nationally in Algeria or just in the region?
So I guide all the territory of Algeria, so I'm a national guide. I go everywhere. But of course, there are some places, especially in South Algeria, where I need a local guide to help me there. You know, Algeria is the biggest country in Africa.
Yes.
So I use the help of other guides, but I go everywhere with my guests. Sometimes I am the official guide with them, so I explain to them, and sometimes I just translate, because usually guides in Algeria, they don't speak English, because you know the second language there is French.
Yeah.
So sometimes I go just as translator, especially in south parts in the desert, as you know. So there I just translate for them. But I travel everywhere with my clients, and I spend many days with them. We usually become friends. I love my job pretty well. I know that some other members, other colleagues, they work in only one
in regions. Yes,
area.
that's what I was going to say.
Yes,
like Spain and Italy, for instance, they are regional guides. They do not guide all over the country. Well,
yes, I'm
here, since I have a question, what are you thinking about free tours? Because in Italy, they're representing a really big problem. They work without fixed fee and or need for a license. It's a very big problem. Yes, it's the same here.
We hate them. We don't like guys that. Let's be honest.
It's like
no, we don't. We don't hate them actually. But,
we got excited. That's okay.
A technical problem. No.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well,
sorry.
No, that's okay. It's a nice wall that you have over there.
That's embarrassing, but it's okay. Let's move on. So maybe because I said that we hate free tours, that guys that do free tours. This happens to me. So no, we don't hate them actually. We stand against that. So we don't promote free tours, and we ask our members to not do that, because you know it's bad. It's so bad for other guides that pay taxes, and it's not good for them at all.
Yes.
So as students, we all know this. So maybe for travelers, they're not aware about this, but for tour guides, I'm 100% sure that they all know how it's bad to do free tours, because you know, the one who is paying taxes, he will lose all his clients. No one will go with. No one would pay instead of going free. So I hope that they stop doing that.
Oh,
What do you
yeah, it
think?
is a very big problem. Yes, all over the world answering to Sicily Guide. But Ellie, it's saying here, Ellie is going to be the next guest for next week from Austria. And she said that in Austria, only licensed guides can offer free tours. Well, that would be a very, very great
Wow.
thing to do in every country.
What she said, only licensed guides offer free tours.
In Austria, yes. It seems so. It's incredible. Wow, I didn't know about that. And that should be like that everywhere.
Yeah. Yes, that's really bizarre.
Yeah.
So I hope that they just stop it. And I wanted to talk about something also. Working on this project, so I noticed that some areas, some countries, they just don't have a license for tour guides.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's 100% true or not.
Well,
like guys from New Zealand, for example. So when they contact us, usually we ask for their license, and they just say that there are no license there in their countries. So that's a bit weird. Also in some parts of the USA, where they just work there without any license, so everybody can be a tour guide.
That's really strange, but yeah, it can happen. It's such a faraway country, right? But well, we try to promote the licensed tour guides, especially because, as lots of you are saying, lots of guides here accompanying us. The thing is that we have this great competition of the free tours, and sometimes the ones who do free tours, the people who do those, they are not tour guides. They never studied tourism before. They're just people who want to make money based on tips, right? They do not contribute for the country because it's based on tips, but and they do not have the formation in tourism. Sometimes they say things that are completely wrong about the place where they are, and it's not fair for us who studied and everything. Let's see what Ali is saying.
It's not fair for travelers, yes. So Ali said something. I want to read what she said.
You read.
Okay. Yeah, so she said there is always guides against the concept of free tours, but we do not have a big free tour companies such as without mentioning the name here in Austria. So all free tours companies are local companies who hire local guides. Yes, also another one said, in my opinion, they do better in Algeria. They choose to study tourism, and at the end of 3 years, they are licensed tour guides. In Portugal, I've studied 4 years of tourism, but I'm not accepted as one of you. Oh, so you should answer that.
You're not accepted as one of us because did you do the exam at the end? That's what we mentioned before. We did we studied tourism, and then we actually make an exam. But well, that is not for us to discuss. Actually, it's a thing between the syndicate and the tourism national responsibles here in Portugal. But actually, it's a thing that we have free tours all over the world. But the main thing is that we and world licensed tour guides, they are promoting, of course, the community and the importance of what of being a tour guide and what to promote them and to get with them directly.
Anna, you know something? Do you know something? So they call them free tours. They say that it's a free, but they oblige their guests to pay tip.
No one works
for free.
Know that? No one works for free.
So if you oblige the travelers to pay, so it's not free anymore.
Yeah,
So
Well, I didn't want
yes,
to stay the rest of the time here discussing about
yes. Okay,
discussing about
let's
free
talk about
tours.
the
Let's
tour.
move
Yeah,
on because yeah, if you
let's
do not
move on.
gain,
Let's
you
move
do
on.
not eat, you do not pay your rent. So I think it's not a thing to be worried about, right? So if you do not have
Yes,
any way to sustain yourself, you will starve. And nobody works for free. So free tours, it's a thing that we all should overcome. It exists, yes. It is allowed, yes. It shouldn't exist, no. Right? So
of
there you
course,
go.
of course it shouldn't.
Well,
Yes, of course it shouldn't.
yeah. Well, in these difficult times, a point of view licensed tour guides, do you do virtual tours based on tips? Well, I've never done one, but I wouldn't say that it would be based on tips. I would say that I would put an amount of money, right, to do the virtual tour. Of course, it would be the same thing like doing a tour on site because you're not seeing the monuments. But I think I would not do it based on tips. I would do it based on a price. What about you?
On price, yes. It's legal. Why tips instead of just a
Yeah.
regular salary? Yeah.
Not that we are against
Price.
tips, but anyway.
Yeah, of course, but there is a price. So if you want to know about World License Tour Guide, for example, of course we are going to open the door for our members to make virtual tours, live tours. So we have that in our website, but it's not based on tips. There is a price for every tour,
Yeah.
just like a real one. Yeah.
But well, Abdo, now I think we should change a little bit our theme because we are running short on time, right? We got a little bit enthusiastic.
Yes, we know. We have very, yes.
But we were in Algeria, right?
Yeah.
Do you do virtual tours? Have you done any?
No, I haven't yet, but I'm planning to do one maybe later. I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, and well, you were saying that you guide all over Algeria. Here in Portugal, we also guide all over Portugal. But yes, of course, there are countries like Spain, like also Italy, as far as I know as well, France. You are not a national guide, you are a regional guide. But as you are a national guide, tell me, what are the places that you like to visit the most with your guests while in Algeria?
What a good question. Yes, I like it so. So actually, I love all places. I cannot say that I don't like some place, but my personally favorite is the south part of Algeria, you know, the desert. We have a very beautiful desert. I know that Algeria is a very underrated country. Not a lot of people know about it, but we have a magnificent desert. I don't know if you ever heard about Janet and Tassili. They're World Heritage Sites. So they're classified as World Heritage Sites. So I love them. I love going there. But also I love archaeological sites like Timga.
Oh God.
Yes. So we posted about it last week, I think. So I love it so much. I love going there with my clients. And of course, the capital. So I love guiding in the capital.
Yeah.
In Algiers, yes. So I can say that this is my three favorite places to go with my client.
Yeah, because it's such a different country, right?
Yeah, but you know, not a lot of people know about Algeria.
It's not really so promoted as a touristic site.
True, yeah.
And we have a question, can I visit Algeria alone or in couple? Is it better to plan travel with a travel agency?
Yes, now I have to talk about the biggest problem with our country is the visa. So Algeria is one of the hardest countries to get its visa. I don't know why, but that's the government's policy. So you cannot go alone. So only if you contacted a travel agency here in Algeria, and you have to wait some time to get your visa. but Algeria is not a good place for a solo traveler, so you cannot go alone, unfortunately.
But if you go
But
on
we
a
will
couple,
change.
as a couple, you can go, or it's also considered couple?
Yes, you can go, but you need to go with an agency.
Okay.
So you cannot go alone. Yeah, so you cannot come from Morocco or Tunisia, from the borders. So it's not allowed. Like, there are some countries that they allow this, but in Algeria, in order to visit the country, you have to come with an official travel agency.
Yeah, I did not know that. Yes, as they're saying too. And for a short tour as a taste Algerian culture, how many days would you suggest visiting? That's a very nice question over there.
Yes. So I suggest 7 days minimum. So to see a little bit of everything. You know, Algeria is a big country. It's a very big country. So to see the most of it, so you need 7 days, at least 7 days. And she can, I think she's a woman, so she can contact me in private, and I will explain to her further detail.
What's the best period of the year to visit Algeria?
Of course, it's the winter season, so from you can say October to March.
Yeah, because it's very hot,
So,
right?
because it's not very hot, but it's hot during the summer season. So usually people visit Algeria during the winter season. It's the best season, and you can go to the south, and you can have camping nights there, and the weather will be perfect.
Perfect. Any food recommendation? And another question. Food.
Oh, so we have a very famous dish. I don't know if you know it. It's very famous, not only in Algeria, all in Maghreb. So it's couscous.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever heard about it. You know it?
Yes, of course.
Yes, it's couscous. It's dish #1 here in Algeria. So we have some heavy meals, to be honest. So we have some heavy food. So for those who are on a diet, so I don't recommend this at all.
And how warm is it right now? Ali is asking.
Right now, it's just, it's not that hot, it's not cold, it's not that cold. It's just like the European weather, so not a big difference. So, you know, it's a Mediterranean weather, just like in maybe Portugal or in Italy. Yeah.
Well, another thing that I wanted to ask you, you were talking about the regions that you like visiting, and yeah. I had no idea, because as we were speaking about it, Algeria, it's not so promoted as a tourism destiny, right? And since I met you in World Licensed Tour Guides, I was actually looking a little bit more into Algeria and seeing what it had.
Yeah.
And I found out that city that you mentioned, 𝗏𝗃𝗃, for archaeology. I thought it amazing. It's like a little Pompeii. Everybody knows Pompeii, yeah. But I never had the idea of seeing 𝗏𝗃𝗃. It's amazing, right?
Breathtaking place, believe me. So you have to see it. Maybe in pictures you see it that it's wonderful, but you have to be there. So it's completely different thing, you know, the vibes there, you can feel the history actually. So 𝗏𝗃𝗃, maybe it's the best place here to visit in Algeria for those who love history.
Yeah, and of course the desert, right?
Desert is, I cannot describe it, so you have to feel it. So you have to be there, and to, especially if you go camping nights, yeah. You go away from any.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Crowded place. Only silence, only nature.
The stars.
So, yes, I love it.
It's amazing.
I love it. The stars, yes.
Can you write
can
the
see
name?
The stars in high quality. Can you write the name?
It's right above. It's called 𝗏𝗃𝗃. 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃. It's beautiful. Then I'm going to leave it on the stories afterwards for those who want to see it, because it's really nice. And
yes, but it's weird that Algeria is the biggest country in Africa, but people, they just don't know about it.
yeah,
Isn't it weird? Yeah, so they know about Tunisia, they know about Morocco, they know about Mali, for example. But when you say Algeria, it's just like we don't know that.
yeah, what's the
While it's the biggest country and we have 7 sites classified in World Heritage Sites as World Heritage Sites.
well, amazing, amazing. And another thing, is it safe to go? Do you have trouble with, well, I think pickpocketers we have everywhere, right? But apart from that, is it a safe country? Do you consider it a safe destination?
Yes, it's very safe. Actually, people, they still have that image of because during the 90s, Algeria wasn't stable. Like there was some wars between people, but we had some security problems. But now it's totally safe. You can go everywhere. You won't face any problem. So during my 2 years of guiding, I've never faced any problem of any kind.
Yeah, well, of course, now with COVID, probably the rules are a little bit more restricted, but anyway, it's good to know that it's a safe country. And I know that you never guided Portuguese guests before, and you never been to Portugal, which is a shame, because you must come. It's also a very beautiful country, and you have here some licensed tour guides to host you. But tell me one thing, what are the type of groups that you normally guide, nationalities, and do you have any fun situation that happened to you, Fern, or weird situation that happened to you while guiding?
Yes, I have. Every guide does, actually. So usually we work with a lot of French people, French people, Italians, British, Chinese.
Oh.
So I work with a lot of nationalities. But maybe if I have to say something weird that happened to me as a tour guide, I would say with Chinese tour guide, Chinese clients, sorry, with Chinese. Because once I hosted a Chinese group, and they were professional photographers, and they didn't care a lot at all about history and about what I was saying. So I stayed with them like for 10 days, and they totally ignored me. So when I was explaining to them, they were just taking pictures, and they were not interested at all, at listening to what I was saying. And but it was okay. It was good to see them doing what they like to do the most. So maybe that's the weirdest thing happened to me. So,
yeah. And
what about you?
Well, what about me? Well, I've had some funny situations while working. Like, for instance, one day that I was, well, of course, one of the weirdest things, like we were discussing all along at the beginning of this live, one of the weirdest things that always happened to me is that I look a little young, yeah? And so the majority of the times, I'm with a group for 2-3 days, and at the end they say, well, so what's your job? What do you do for a living, right? This is just for fun. And no, this is not just for fun, but it's constant. And one of the funniest things that ever happened to me was actually that I had one day, one group of people that refused me to be their tour guide because they thought that, yes, because they thought I had no age to be a tour guide and I was too young, and they didn't want me as their tour guide. But it was a very big season. It was actually, we had a very big conference of groups and medics and doctors and nurses, and so all the tour guides.
Did they see your badge?
They did see my badge, but they didn't believe that I'm 30, Alfredo. Thank you very much, but I look a little bit younger. But yes, the thing is, they did not believe that I was aged enough, and they wanted another tour guide. And I said, well, we are in the middle of a huge conference with thousands of people. Now we do not have another tour guide. It's Saturday. The agency is closed. I cannot contact anyone. So unless you want to stay here at the airport, I suggest you come with me. And afterwards, if you don't like the tour, I am the first one calling the agency and asking for a substitution for tomorrow. And then at the end, they were very embarrassed in what they did, and they came to apologize and everything. But that was one of the funniest situations that I ever had while working as a tour guide. Well, what do we have here? The reason for my question is simple. If the tour is virtual and people don't know you at all, maybe a fixed price would hold them back. Yeah, I understand you, Sara, but well, we are all different people, right? So about the tour guides and the virtual tours. Yeah, we can work based on tips too. I'm not saying that it's not good. Well, back again to that subject. I didn't want to, but back again to that subject. I'm much older. I'm not saying that tipping is a difficult thing, but and it's not unappreciated. Of course, everybody wants to be appreciated by having a tip, right? But I don't think that's well, if you put a low price and people are interested, they will still pay for your work, even if they don't know you. It's, well, with groups, Sara, as well, when the groups come, they do not know you at all, right? So
of course, yeah.
The same thing.
Yes.
They're going to get to know you while you're doing your work.
Of course, yeah.
Well, thank you very much, guys. You're very so funny. Let me know. Yeah, it also happens to all the other people. Yeah, the guests always say that. Oh, you're too young to be a tour guide. It happens to you too?
For me, actually, the opposite happens because they guess that I am much older than what I am. So, you know, because of the beard.
The beard. Well, everyone has that problem.
So, and then when I ask them to guess my age, they usually give me, like, they say 30, 29, 28, while I'm 25.
Yeah, but
so I don't have problem with that at all. So I think that I'm old.
Okay, I want to know if I can get a chance of partnership with you in Africa. Well, there you have. You have to answer M afterwards, Abdo. Montana Travel Club Tours. So I think that's a nice thing for Abdo to speak with you directly afterwards.
Yes, of course, I will answer that, yes.
Well, our time is running out at the moment. It's almost 1 hour since we've been here, which is great because it's a talk between two friends. Anything else you would like to add, Abdo?
Yes, of course, yeah. It would be my pleasure, yeah.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed talking to you, and I think it's coming out. Abdo? I think Abdo lost its connection. Well, it was a pleasure to speak with Abdo, and I'm really glad that you all stayed over there with us. I hope that you enjoyed this live. This was actually our first live of this crazy season. We had this idea because, you know, we are tour guides, right? And we love speaking. That's what we do for a living. We speak and we speak and we walk too. We walk a lot sometimes. But the thing is that it's been a year that we have been stuck at home and almost not doing what we love. That is explaining to people our country, our culture, and speaking to them, right? So we miss traveling, we miss speaking with you people on the other side, and so we decided to make this live concept so we can interact with each other. And of course we have lots of guests from different nationalities and from different places in the world. And next week 5 p.m. GMT, so remember it's tea time in England, right? So we are going to drink tea with Lady Ali from Austria. She's been here with us today, and next week, yes, it's going to be with her Sunday, and 5 p.m. join us. We are going to talk a little bit about Austria, Vienna, of course, but also making some interesting relationships between Portugal and Austria, especially Vienna history, and find out some curiosities that I think you're going to like. Thank you very much, everyone who stayed over there with us and posed questions. It was really nice. And yes, we had a question before about if this is going to stay recorded. Yes, we are going to leave this recorded, perhaps not for the future in our feed, but we are going to leave it on an IG series. So yes, it will be recorded. It will be over here, and it's very good. You can return to listen to the tips that Abdo let us about Algeria, about being a tour guide, and stay with us over there. Message us, share our page, stay with us, travel with us, have fun with us. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Obrigada.